For many charities, the pandemic was a painful experience, but for Artis, it was the beginning of something transformational. Our mission is to nurture creativity in every child everywhere.
Could it be turned up a little bit? Well, in which case, can we turn it off and we'll use the handheld? Let's do that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, sure. Okay. So for many charities, the pandemic, I was saying, was a painful experience, but for us at Artis, it was the start of something really wonderful. Our mission is to nurture creativity in every child everywhere. We connect the performing arts across the entire primary curriculum. So you might see children singing about punctuation or dancing the solar system or even acting out fractions. But what problems are we solving? Children's well-being in the UK is in crisis. Young people here report the lowest life satisfaction in Europe, and the latest PISA data ranks the UK 70th out of 73 countries. So addressing this issue isn't just a moral imperative, it's economically beneficial. And Artis knows how to help close this well-being gap and generate billions in well-being benefits. At the same time, we're helping to reverse the dramatic decline in arts education. Currently, Artis works in person with 50 primary schools in areas of high deprivation, reaching 9,000 children every week. Each school has one of our amazing creative learning specialists for 1 day a week working with 6 classes. With 20 years experience now working in primary schools, we understand the sector inside out and can confidently say we are the creative learning specialists. But how do we know that Artis profoundly impacts children's well-being? For the last 5 years, we've been working with pro bono economics in order to validate our impact, and this is their analysis. For every £1 invested in Artis, there's a £32 gain to the child, government, and society. So what we're doing is examining the extent to which exposure to Artis in early life is linked to better outcomes in academic attainment, social skills, and also overcoming early life disadvantages. The long-term economic benefit per child has been estimated from improvements in school attendance, exclusion, crime, adult mental health, and earnings over their lifetime. But how can we bring this impact to every child everywhere? We have 2 stumbling blocks. One is financial and the other is geographical. To overcome these challenges to scaling our in-person program, let me take you back to the pandemic. We were forced online. Our specialists filmed all their sessions from home and shared them with the children online. And we were so surprised by how positive the feedback was. So we decided to develop the online experience of Artis further. Now, this coincided with the first pitch I gave at the funding network, and that was during the pandemic. And Paul Donovan, who's here this evening, made a generous contribution to support one of our schools. I matched him to Lee Mount Primary in Halifax, and we visited the school together. And Paul also attended the launch of our pro bono economics report. He was taken with both the in-person outcomes and our online ambitions. So where are we on this journey? Thanks to Paul's ongoing support, time, energy, and amazing connections, we've made huge progress. We have this extraordinary pro bono team of experts now, expert in video on demand, school subscription models, digital marketing, and film production. And this has enabled us to build this state-of-the-art video platform and create world-class content, so far for 4 to 7-year-olds. This platform's currently being experienced by 20 Beacon classes. We have a head here who has been one of our Beacon classes in schools, and they're monitoring children and giving us really valuable feedback. But next term, all schools will have access to this 4 to 7-year-old content for an early adopter fee of £500 a year. And then when all the content for all year groups, that's 4 to 11-year-olds, the subscription fee will increase to an average of £1,000 per school per year. That comes to 13p per child per session. And as a reference, our in-person programme costs £15,000 per school per year. We're now ready to create the 7 to 9-year-old content, and here are the series that we are planning. Each series has a theme that connects beautifully with the primary curriculum and is made up of 6 episodes. So we need 6 of these series for an episode to be played once a week throughout the academic year. Each series costs £20,000 to produce, and per minute it's only £125. You can compare this to £2,000 per minute for BBC Children's content. And it's this 7 to 9-year-old series we're raising funds for this evening. So you're welcome to choose your favourite theme. Now, going online properly is a £1 million project, and we've secured 75% of this with the help of patrons, Boyle Foundation, and a major grant from Garfield Weston. The remaining 250,000 would enable us to complete the platform content for all primary year groups. And our goal is to reach 1,000 schools in the next 3 years, when excess funds will be generated to develop the further content and cross-subsidise our in-person programme. A virtuous funding loop will be created to support our sustainability as a charity. And finally, going back to the bigger picture, and £2.24 billion of annual economic impact. I've taken the figure of 7,000 primary schools, as another primary school subscription service is in 7,000 schools, and we can be too. There are 20,000 primary schools in the UK, and even if with conservative impact estimates, we know our impact could be immense, not only for children's well-being, but for the country's future economic growth. We're in a great place. The current government is wanting the education system to be more creative. And together with our track record, we're really poised to provide something high impact and low cost to bring creative learning to the primary school sector and help address our wellbeing crisis. Thank you.